In the heart of Anne Arundel County, Maryland, just beyond the trees and quiet roads, stands the remains of a place that once held over 2,000 souls, hidden from sight and too long forgotten. This is the story of Crownsville Hospital Center, once hailed as a necessary institution, now remembered as a symbol of racial injustice, medical neglect, and the lives lost within its walls. Established in 1910 and opened in 1911, Crownsville was originally the hospital for the Black people insane of Maryland. It was born out of segregation, a society that believed Black Americans needed separate and often substandard facilities. From the very beginning, the patients weren't just being treated here, they were building it. With little funding from the state, Black men and women, many institutionalized for reasons as vague as melancholy or troubled behavior, were forced to construct the very hospital that imprisoned them. They farmed, they chopped wood, they maintained buildings, all under the guise of industrial therapy. By the 1940s and 50s, the hospital was bursting. Built for around 1,100, it held over 2,700 people at its peak. Patients were packed two to a bed, sleeping head to foot. Bathrooms overflowed, showers were scarce. Many lived without shoes, others without clothes. The buildings reeked of urine. Rats ran through the halls. Children lay on the bare floor, unschooled, untouched. And then came the treatments. Crownsville became a testing ground for outdated and dangerous procedures. Lobotomies, ice picks through the eye socket, used to quiet the difficult. Insulin shock therapy, sending patients into comas to reset their minds. Pneumoencephalography, a procedure so painful it left many with lasting trauma, used for the sake of clearer x-rays. Some were injected with malaria, deliberately. Many never made it out. The mortality rate was high due to tuberculosis, epilepsy, starvation, infection, and despair. Those who died were buried behind the hospital. More than 1,400 bodies lie there today, in unmarked graves. No headstones, only numbers. Among them was Elsie Lax, daughter of Henrietta Lax, a young Black girl institutionalized for epilepsy. She died at age 15. Her story only resurfaced decades later, as the world learned what really happened at Crownsville. In the 1970s, journalist Doug Struck admitted himself to Crownsville, posing as a patient. What he found was chilling. There were no activities, no therapy, no human touch, he wrote. Just sedation and silence. Change came slowly. In the late 1940s and 50s, Black staff members were finally hired. They brought basic dignity bathing patients, offering clean clothes, speaking to them like human beings. But for thousands, that compassion came too late. Crownsville Hospital finally closed in 2004, and for years, its history remained in the shadows. Crownsville's story is more than history. It is a warning. It is a reminder of what happens when medicine loses its humanity, when race dictates care, when suffering is silenced. We honor the lives lost, not just by remembering, but by building something better.
To recognize the cost of systemic racism in mental health care, and to ensure that what happened here never happens again. We owe that to the 2,700 souls who once called this place home.
For more stories and documentary, follow, like, share, and subscribe to our channel.